All right, all right. We're ready to go. Ready to go. Happy Monday, everybody. This is Brian Frazier. Welcome to the ZenYGE team call. Um, I'm going to try to start having this call more periodically now as time has moved forward, and we're getting closer and closer to the June 30th cutoff date. And so I wanted to have this particular call in reference to that. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Some of you know what's going on, some of you don't. And so we want to make sure that everybody is on par with all the information. And even if I don't give out all the proper information, somebody will get you the information. And somebody will let me know if my information is correct or not, right? Because we're all here to work together, right? And first off, before I go into anything, I just want to tip my hat to all the guys and girls out there that are actually going out there and helping people to maneuver through this space and get through all of the obstacles that we've been going through in the past. So my hats are off to you guys. You guys are leaders that really stepped up, and you guys have done a fantastic job. Especially on the Telegram groups and on the Facebook pages, and even the YouTubes that have gone out that everybody is taking part into. Um, uh, that is really appreciated, I'm sure, by corporate and also by the co-owners, John and Cynthia Rustin, and also the corporate staff at ZenYGE as well. What I want to do is hold on one second. There was a person that I wanted to see if he made it in. Okay, I wanted to yeah. Matter of fact, here he is. Let's do this real quick. I wanted to bring up a young man that's involved in the corporate staff real quick because he's in at another meeting right now, and he agreed to come on, and I want to bring him on first. Um, Dwight Cox is a gentleman that is working with corporate in the commercial division, and he's going to be a very valuable asset in the commercial realm as we go after these big corporate deals. Okay, and you're going to need somebody that you can actually work with to help get those deals through. And so I wanted to bring him up, make sure that everybody knew who he was, and knows how to go forward with your corporate deals that you're going to bring forward, and know that he is there to help you with those deals and help you work through those deals. Okay. Real quick, let me see if I can bring him up because I know he's going to have to go here pretty soon. Oh. All right, Dwight, see if you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
All right, now I can hear you. There you go. All right, Dwight, okay. I'm glad you can make it, brother. I know that you're out there in Ocean City taking care of business and, representing everybody within the ZenYGE family. And if you would, just give a quick synopsis in your position in the commercial realm with corporate and what your intentions are and how you want to move forward as it pertains to the commercial aspect of everything.
All right, Brian, really appreciate it. Appreciate the introduction. Yes, ZenYGE family. My name is Dwight Cox. I am in commercial and government sales with Yerrick. And one might ask, well, what's your title there at corporate? It's not a title, it's what I do. And what I'm doing is commercial and government sales. So what my sole purpose is to get us from interest, client interest, prospect interest, to actually closing. So Brian and I, we had a conversation to say, we know there's a lot of information that's actually out there. What I want to do is to share as much as I can to try to bring it in and hopefully we get some synergy from here. Yes, I am at an event right now out here in Ocean City, once again representing the ZenYGE and the Yerrick family on behalf of also Rustin Industries too as well. So what I want to actually share this this evening with you briefly is kind of like the process, and that's what everyone is getting kind of like caught up on. So I'm gonna break it down to two processes when it comes to, we're gonna say, the selling of EV charging stations, because that's pretty much the hot topic right now. So EV charging stations, we're gonna say there's a commercial process, and then I'm gonna call it a non-commercial process. A commercial process and a non-commercial process. So let me do the easier one first. The non-commercial process would be this. In your ZenYGE back office, you have products that's in your back office. You can actually sell those products in your back office. If someone, a client or prospect, just only want to go ahead and purchase an EV charger, they're in your back office. That's where you can actually just send them. We, as you already heard, I think last Wednesday, John Rustin actually mentioned that, hey, we can actually send some of those charges out within 7 to 10 days. They can have them on site. So that is not a commercial process. That is simply you send them that to your back office. There's no project or anything tied to it, and they purchase it, and it's actually shipped directly to the customer. So that is the non-commercial process. Okay. Now let's look at the commercial process. So I typed down just a few things, so hopefully you can actually follow along. And what I'll do, I'll end up giving this to Brian too, so Brian can actually disseminate this too as well. Here, I know it's being recorded, but for those who may want to just write some things down. So first, on the commercial process. So one of the first things that is actually needed, and I know that I might mention a form that you all may or may not have right now in your possession, but once again, we can make sure that you actually get that form. So the first form that is actually needed. So you find a customer a prospect who you have a conversation with them. They say, okay, you know what? They might be interested in EV charging stations. So we have a form. It's called a client intake form. A client intake form. The purpose of this form is for the commercial division is actually going to use that form to say, hey, Brian Frazier talked to said customer, and this customer is not tied to him. So it's one of those ways to link it in so we know who the deal is actually going to be, who the deal is actually been made through. So that's the client intake form. And just to make sure that we understand, now the commercial, hold on a second, someone's trying to call me. All right, so on the commercial process, remember, this is a process where it's going to be considered a project. So this is not someone going into your back office. This is actually a project, meaning that, hey, installer going to come on, there's going to need to be a site visit, those things. So notice I did not say that on the non-commercial side. So on the commercial process, installer, site visit, all those things are going to be necessary. So the first form that's to be needed is the client intake form. So, and what it contains, it's going to contain the customer name, the location, what are some of the services or products that they're interested in, EV charging, energy saver, solar, whatever it is, it's going to kind of like name those things. So that's going to be the information that's going to be there and who the deal pretty much belongs to. So now the customer, we're going to say the customer has now said, okay, well, you know what? You've talked a little bit, and the customers think they're interested and they want to know more about it. Like, hey, well, what type of EV chargers you all have? What can we actually end up doing? Remember, we are not looking for you all to be all-tail sales expert on the product. That is not what we're asking anything to do. It's really you all taking the opportunity to get the interest of the customer, get the customer's information, and then actually allow us to be able to make the relationship with the customer, and then go ahead, get the intake form, and have that installer to come there on the site and actually talk to the customer about what their needs are. Because let's be truthful, none of us have actually been through any type of all-tail training to go ahead and talk specs, to the letter. So if you're having, you've heard it, paralysis analysis, because you're like, okay, well, hey, you need to learn all the specs. I'm telling you right now, that is not something that you want to go ahead and actually end up doing. I think, Brian, you and I, we used an analogy before about, okay, well, say for instance, you have all of the information on there. I can't see a show of hands and everything, but how many people on the call right now, Brian? About how many?
We have about 122 right now.
122. So we're going to say out of the 122, we're going to say 10% of them. So that'll be about 12.2 people. About 10% of them are actually true sales professionals. Okay. And this is the point. So out of those true sales professionals, we're going to say that amongst all of them, they have at least about 10, 20 years of experience. And this is getting with the EV charger. So you go there and you go to a customer because you have sales experience and you say, you know, you're versed in the EV charging stations. And you say, hey, and the customer come and asks you about how many amps it is. And it's like, okay, hey, this is a 50 amp. And so you tell the customer, okay, well, I know this particular EV charger and it's a 80 amp EV charger. So what happens when the customer asks you this question? Well, salesperson, can you please explain to me what is the benefit for me to go from a 50 amp to an 80 amp outside of cost? What is going to be the benefit? Are we really equipped to go ahead and answer those questions? That's the reason why, you know, what we want to go ahead and do is allow those people who are actually who are trained to actually do that, who understands electricity, understand those files to be the technical experts. And that's going to be the installers and those who are helping design the layout. So that's what I want to make sure. So we want to make sure that we try to really stay away from really getting into the technical aspects of it. So other than what we see in anything in brochure form that we can pull from the website, you stick to that. And you want to just pretty much do an overview of what the capabilities are. You know what, hey, this particular amp, it can actually charge a car within, 15 minutes. It takes an hour. Stick to those basic and then allow the customer or the particular prospect to be able to move forward. So once again, that client intake form. So after the client intake form, you got some interest and now the customer is thinking they want to go ahead and move. So the second thing is before we can actually start showing them products, we want an NDA. NDA, what is that? A non-disclosure agreement. The question is, why do we need a non-disclosure? I know that's been some of the painful. Why do we really need it? Well, you've heard us say we're in pre-lunch. Well, what does that really mean to you? What does that really mean to us that we're in pre-lunch? Well, we have proprietary information that we don't want readily out there in the general public until we actually end up going public. So we want to be mindful of that. So we have to protect our investments. And for the NDA, what that actually means is that if a company, we actually end up showing them and start telling them a little bit of proprietary information of what we're doing and how we're going about our business, then if that company decides to go out and put our information out there, then we could suffer a significant loss. I mean that another competitor can get that information and we'll say they corner more of the market than we do. Well, they just cost us a financial loss. Well, what would help us to be able to recoup some of that financial and anything lost back from them? It's called an NDA. Some people, they actually have those on their jobs. I know my current role at my corporate job now, I had to sign an NDA. And I know what I can and cannot end up doing based off of it. So it's the same thing. It's just more so of accountability piece. And to be truthful, it's also going to weed out people who are just trying to shop you. Okay. So when you go and you actually present and tell them that you need an NDA, then they know you're serious and they know you're representing a serious company, so a real company. So, and that's why we actually want and we need those NDAs. So the third thing, if we're going to go ahead and progress, the third thing is actually going to be needed is a site visit form. So this site visit form, it gives a little bit more detail as to what the project is really about. So still have the customer name, all those things, but okay, who are their power company? What are they actually trying to go ahead and actually doing? How many units are they trying to go ahead and actually end up powering up? Those type of things. Now, mind you, this right here is something that your customer, they might be, sometimes they're even more informed than we are. So your customer can go ahead and actually end up stating what exactly that they actually need or what it is that they actually need, and they can actually help fill out that form. So ideally, we'll want them to fill that form out, but you can also assist them with actually doing that too by asking those questions that are on those forms. So I just mentioned at least 3 forms: the client intake form, the NDA, which is the non-disclosure, and then also the site visit form. So even if you do not have those forms right now, please know that I'll make sure that Brian actually has this information, and the group that he emailed everything to, that we'll actually end up getting that out there to you. So now we have those 3 different forms, and you fill them out. And mind you, the client might not be able to fill out everything on that site visit form. That is fine, but we at least want to try to get as much information I think as possible. All right, so now what do you do with those forms? You got them completed, now what do you do? Well, the next step is to email the client intake form, the NDA, and the site visit form. You're going to email that to Teresa Perkins. She's the VP of Commercial Sales Division. You're going to email that to her. You can copy myself, Cynthia King, with that. But why? Why are you actually doing this? Because at this point, you're requesting a site visit for the client, for the installer to be able to come there to the location to try to do the install, to come and actually do a site visit, look at, and see what the customer can do. Because what the customer might have wrote down and say what they want, they might want 15 EV chargers, and you're like, okay, great. But when that designer and that installer come out there, they might say, well, listen, you don't have enough load to be able to go ahead and do this. You only can actually do 10, or you can only do 3, or whatever. And that is the purpose of that. So that also protects you, protects our brand too as well. And at the end of the day, we want to be good stewards. You know, we're not trying to sell a customer something that they don't need. So that's another reason why we want to make sure that we actually do this. So we're going to email that form there. And so now next step, okay, we've emailed that. And at this point, I'm going to make sure that I'm crystal clear on this. The client will be contacted. So step 5, the client will be contacted by the installer, not you. The client will be contacted by the installer to set up a date and time, and or corporate, to set up a date and time, everything, what's convenient for them, for the installer to come out and do the site visit. And so once that is actually done and the date is actually made, then during that time, once that date has been given, then you will be notified as the person who actually is broking that deal. You'll be notified of when that date and time is actually happening with your particular client. Best practice is for you, especially because most everyone on here probably have not actually completed a EV install. It will be good, a best practice for you to be there during those times. You know, if your work schedule or your schedule permits, it will be a best practice for you to be there when the installer come there, to at least be able to see how the process and everything goes, and also see who you're dealing with too, as far as that. So now once that is actually done, the next step, the installer, after they've done the site visit, they will then go back and do like their own like workup. Okay, they've made the design, decide, hey, what's going to be done, and at that point, it would then start going to design. It'll be worked up, and we'll say almost like the invoicing, the invoice part. So now the customer will have an idea of what it would cost for that install. So you look at the install, they would know that whatever the pricing you'll be working with the commercial dudes, as far as the pricing of the EV charge, so they will have an idea of what their cost is. Now during this time, now what we haven't talked about is funding. How's the project funded? Well, that is also one of the information that I neglected to say, but in that client intake form, it actually talks about that part. That's one of the questions on there about, are there funding? Would they need funding? Those type of things. So for those who are actually part of Sequoia, Sequoia once, it's us. So we can actually end up using that, or the client might say, hey, they already have their own funding. And once that is actually done, the client is actually being invoiced, finance is done, install is actually scheduled to go ahead to go. Now, whether or not a down payment, this is be more on the back end, whether or not down payment, half down, whatever is going to be needed, those details are actually worked out on the back end. And so now you're at the process of pretty much have closed your deal, and now it's actually working through the installation. So that is kind of like an overview of how the process, and it says, goes when it comes on the commercial side. And I hope that, if you all do have questions, if you don't mind, if you want to drop my, I don't know if I can actually drop my I can drop my email also in the chat, anything right now. If you have any questions, I'll drop my email. I'll drop my cell phone number in the chat too as well. Also, y'all can feel to reach out through Brian. But I want to give at least a high-level overview of how it is non-commercial, and then also on the commercial side. All right, and I'll turn it back over to Brian.
All right, but thanks, Dwight. Thank you for taking the time to do that. We really appreciate it. You know, we're really looking forward to working with you in commercial because I know people are itching to get out there and get those big deals, right? And so, you know, and it's great to know that we have somebody that we can call on to help us get through those deals and help guide us through those things so everybody can get paid. Because here's the thing, we all in this together, right? And if you bring a big deal to the table, guess what? Everybody gets paid. Everybody gets paid, and that's the key. So we really appreciate it, and thank you for you know taking out the time. I know you're there at another event, taking care of business, and we appreciate it. And we're not going to hold you any longer. So I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. Be
All
safe
right,
down there.
appreciate it. Hey, thanks a lot. All right, y'all take. Hey, Brian, I just dropped my email and phone number in the chat.
Oh,
So if you,
got
but
you.
it's sent directly to you. But if you want to put it in the chat,
I
we can
got it.
actually
Yeah,
move
I'm gonna
forward.
send
But
that to
all right,
everybody. Thank you,
all right,
man.
sounds good. All
Appreciate
right,
you.
y'all take care. All right,
All right.
bye bye.
All right, there you have it, Dwight Cox, and he's part of the commercial division in Europe. We're getting ready to move forward. We're getting ready to move into a new phase. And so, you know, I wanted to do this call to make sure that everybody understands what's going to be going on going forward. And the first thing that I want to do is just do a quick recap of another call that we did a couple of weeks ago in reference to the merger. And I want everybody to really understand this part of it. Let me get my screen up here. What did I do? Let's do this. All right, so I wanted to bring this up real quick and make sure that everybody understands this right here, okay? This is part of the merger right here. Just a brief synopsis. As of June 30th, I'm sure everybody knows, and for those that don't know, as of June 30th, that will be the last day that anyone can be part owner slash brand partner. Okay, that's owner slash brand partner as of June 30th. And what does that mean? That means that you have the opportunity to be part owner of Uric and ZenYGE. Okay, part owner of Uric and be a brand partner of ZenYGE. Those are two separate things. Okay, being an owner of Uric, that's Uric GEO Energy under Ruston Industries, is a whole separate conglomerate. Okay, dealing with the renewable energy. And so with that, you're dealing with the solar, you're dealing with hydrogen, you're dealing with the media, you're dealing with the EV charging stations on the commercial side. You're dealing with the entertainment events. Okay, it's the whole conglomerate. We have the stores, we have the vehicles that will be coming, and other things that are coming. Okay, all of that is under the industry, falls under Ruston Industries. Okay, Uric GEO Energy. Well, you become part owner of that. Okay, and you have until June 30th. So anybody that is in the system that has not upgraded, you want to tell them to go ahead and upgrade if they want to be a part of that, part owner. And remember, being part owner, if you do the $99 membership as an owner, you get 10 shares of stock, 1,000 tokens, and 1,000 commercials a month, okay, to brand the company's name in your behalf, okay? So now, but as an owner, you are also will be a part of ZenYGE, which is a separate company, okay, ZenYGE. And so you will be a brand partner. So you will be a owner slash brand partner. Now, in saying that, each one of these has its own respective 5% revenue pool, okay, revenue sharing pool. So with the YGE or Uric GEO under Rustin Industries, you have a 5% global pool that you get to share in as an owner. And as a brand partner with ZenYGE, you also share in a 5% pool on all the revenue that ZenYGE brings in, right? So I want everybody to understand that, the distinct differences between the two, okay? And how important it is to be an owner. Now, come June 30th, that will be the last day. And I understand that, I know people understand that, you know, we were looking for 10,000 owners, okay, 10,000. Well, as of June 30th, no matter what the number is, 10,000 or less, it will be done. It will be over as far as becoming an owner slash brand partner, okay? So I just wanted to make that clear, make everybody understand what that is all about, okay? Now, after July the 1st, on July the 1st, anyone that comes in, they will come in as a brand partner at $99, a brand partner. And oh, I should also mention as well, you have the annual ownership as well for $997. And with that annual, you get, what is it? 2,000 shares of stock, 20,000 tokens, and 20,000 commercials per year, okay? But now, as of July the 1st, you come in as a brand partner, for $99 as a brand partner monthly, or a $997 annual. So what do you get as a brand partner? As a brand partner, you have access to all of the products to be sold to get a 20% direct to commission, right? On any product sold, whether it be commercial or otherwise, okay? And you also take part in the 5-level comp plan, right? You take part in the 5-level comp plan. And you also receive 5% of the revenue in ZenYGE. Now that's the incentive as a brand partner, but you do not take part in the YGE commercial sales global volume of revenue through Rustin Industries, okay? That's only for the owners slash brand partners. So just wanted to make that distinction. Want everybody to understand that. And then we will talk about more about that later on and see how everything unfolds as reference to that, okay? But I just want everybody to know, because we got a week left, less than a week, okay? The 30th is coming up, it's coming up fast, and we wanna make sure everybody understands what's happening here, okay? Now, also, I wanna just go over this real quick. And I wanna do all of this before the corporate call at, within the next 25 minutes. So I wanna get through this pretty quickly if possible. If you have any issues or you're still trying to get things taken care of as far as commissions, as far as Uric GEO Energy is concerned, any commissions prior to June the 1st, okay, you wanna send an email to commissions@uricgeo.com. That's commission@uricgeo.com. If anything dealing with the tokens, you want to send it to token@uricgeo.com. Anything dealing with certificates, you want to send it to certificate@uricgeo.com. And when you send those emails in reference to those issues, make sure that you CC C. Rustin@uricgeo.com, okay? Whether it gets taken care of before the 30th or not, they will take care of it. But you want to get that in, and you always keep a copy of your emails that you send, so you'll know exactly when you sent that in before time, okay? You want to make sure that you can show when you sent that information in. I know you probably sent that in before, maybe a few times, but you know, do it again. Make sure that it gets done. And people are getting their things done now. They're getting their commissions, they're getting their tokens, they're getting their certificates. Those things are coming in. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, you will get them. If you sent those emails, don't fret. You will get it. Okay. Just make sure that you CC C Rustin at YourGEO.com. Now, anything dealing with ZenYGE, dealing with the website, dealing with login issues or anything like that, any issues dealing with ZenYGE or anything dealing with your genealogy, you want to send an email to customer service at ZenYGE.com. That's customer service, ZenYGE.com. And anything dealing with genealogy, also CC C Rustin at GEO.com. Okay. That's going to be very important to do that. Make sure that if you send those emails, make sure you have, your email, your copy of the email. What I always do is when I send an email out, I send one to myself too. So I have a copy and I put it in a folder for myself. Okay. So always do that. Okay. Someone says they're having a problem paying for their having a challenge paying made payment, but has not been able to click take my payment. It says I need a new URL. Okay, we're getting ready to go over that in real quick. Okay, just wanted to get that information out. And if you are having a challenge paying on the new website or getting anything done on the new website, customer service at ZenYGE.com. And I'm gonna show you another way to get that taken care of as well. Okay, so now let me do this real quick. Okay, let me go here. Bear with me, y'all. I'm new at this. Okay. Trying to get technically savvy here with this stuff. All right, here we go. This is the website. All right. What is it? ZenYGE.com. And most of the time it's going to be / and your username, which is most of the time is going to be your name, your first and last name. Okay. Now, for those that have, I'm going to go through this real quick. Now, they do go over this on the corporate calls as well, but I just want to go over this real quick because I want to get this on the record so people have, this is being recorded. So if you get this recording, make sure you get this out to everybody that you know on your teams that need this information. If you are, let me sign out real quick. If you have not gotten into your new back office and you were in URIC prior to June 1st, and you have not gotten into your back office, the way to get into your back office is you want to go to ZenYGE.com. It will bring you to this site, okay? And you'll be here. What you want to do is you want to click on sign in over here, and then you click on the orange button that says sign in. It'll take you to the sign in page, but you're not going to sign in. You're going to click forgot password. And when you click forgot password, you'll click on email and you'll put in your email address, the email address that you use to sign up with URIC GEO Energy. Okay. And once you do that, you click reset. They will send you an email. In that email, they will have you to reset your password. There will be a link to reset your password. Now, most of the time, that email will come with a username. And most of the time, that username will be your first and last name. But if they do not send you a username, then my experience is that you will use your email as your username and then use the password that you use to reset your password. Okay. Once you have done the reset of your password and you have your and you have your username, then you come back to this page, click on home, go back, click sign in again, then put in your username or your email if you didn't get a username and your password that you just used, and then you click sign in. And now when you sign in, you will see your name on your website. It'll take you back to the home page. You will see your name. Now, over here to the right, your name will show up, okay, where it said sign in before. Now you will click this drop-down box and you will click on virtual office. And when you click on virtual office, you will be in your back office. Now, I know some people have been having some issues getting in because when they go to sign in, it's taking them to their refers website. I don't know if that's cookies or whatever the case that might be in reference to that. What I would suggest that you clear your cookies or go to another browser and try it. And if you're still having issues, then go to, send an email to customer service at ZenYGE.com and they can instruct you on what to do, okay? Now, once you get into your back office real quick, this banner right here will take you through everything that you need to know initially, okay? Right here, let me back up. Right here, they have the Facebook group that you can join, okay? That's their official Facebook group for ZenYGE. Then they have customer service. You can set up an appointment with customer service by clicking this link right here, and it'll take you to a calendar and you can set up an appointment, a 15-minute appointment, okay, with customer service for any issues that you're having, okay? Also, there's a video that will show you how to sign up a customer, a free customer. That's very important to learn how to do that. If you scroll again, this will show you how to set up your e-wallet. Your e-wallet is where you will receive your commissions and also your monthly revenue share payout, okay? And then you have the monthly brand partner auto ship, okay? There's a video here that will show you how to set up your auto ship. Those are the first things that you want to do. Set up your auto ship and set up your e-wallet, which is located right down here, okay? You want to do that as quickly as you can. If you came in and you are a brand new person, or if you were in the system prior to June 1st, but you had not upgraded, what you need to do is come in, get into your back office, and then you want to go ahead and pay, okay? Pay for your $99 brand partner membership, okay? And the way that you do that is you come back here, you go to product shop, and then you click on whatever membership you want. You go ahead and click on that and you make your payment, okay? You click on that and you make your payment. Once you make your payment, then you go here to orders, go to manage auto ship, and then you set up your auto ship or watch the video on how to set up an auto ship. And then you set up your e-wallet. Just as simple as that, okay? You want to make sure you get that taken care of. And then you also want to make sure that when you go in your back office, you click on support and make sure your sponsor is shown. If your sponsor is not showing and you're getting a different name, then you want to get with support, okay? Get with customer service and let them know that that your sponsor is not back here, and let them know who your sponsor is and your sponsor's email. Very important, okay? And then the last thing, real quick, the last thing that you want to do is you want to go to business. You want to go to business and you want to click on team dashboard. And on the team dashboard, you want to check all the people that you have personally referred. You want to make sure that they're all there. If somebody is not there, then you want to make sure that you get with customer support, send them an email, letting them know that, whoever is missing in your genealogy, get their name and their email, address, their name and their email address. Okay, and let them know your name and your email address, and they will get that issue taken care of. Okay, and also CC, send a CC to cruston@uricgeo.com. uricgeo.com. Okay, so now that's how you get set up. Okay, you want to do that before June 30th. Anybody that does that before June 30th, you will become an owner slash brand partner. Okay, and when you do that and you become an owner slash brand partner, now you will be taking part in both 5% pools. Okay, anybody come in after July the 1st and on will be brand partners, and then they will only take part in the ZenYGE 5% revenue share. All right. So just wanted to make sure everybody understood that, and make sure that that is clear. Now, also, the last thing in the back office that I want to show real quick, let's see if I can find it. What was here? Right here. Documents, you can go to tools and then documents and media. Tools and documents and media. And back here, you want to go to energy. And energy, you have your brochures for the EV charging station. It's a PDF. Matter of fact, let me show them all. You have an EV charging stations. There's a PDF here that tells you, it gives you all the basic information on all the Autel EV charging stations. You just click on that. This panel will pop out to the right, and then you hit view, and it'll give you in PDF form like a 21-page brochure. Okay. Then you have another one on the solar tower. I think that one's about 2 pages. And now I see they just put the energy saver back here. Brochures for the energy saver. This is where you want to get the brochures. So if you have something in hand, you can print these brochures out, these PDFs out, and then you'll have something to show people when you talk to them about these renewable products, okay? These energy renewable products. And then if you miss a call, you can also go here to training calls, and they record the training calls that they do throughout the week, right? So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that, they understood where to find these things. And like I said, they go over the back office for ZenYGE on Tuesdays, right? And on the home page, you see a calendar of all the conference calls that they do throughout the week, every day. And you just click on what day this is, and it'll tell you what conference call that will be, okay? What it's for. So tonight is going to be Zen delivery training. And see, and don't sleep on the Zen delivery. That is powerful. You guys need to learn about how you can save these restaurants money on delivery, on food delivery, okay? Because that's what you get residual income from. And residual income is powerful if you don't know it. So now, real quick, I want to go over this real quick. This right here is the commercial website, okay? Commercial website, www.ygecommercial.com. This is a commercial website. If you want to get more information about the commercial, how the commercial stuff is working, what information that you need to know to talk to someone, you want to study this website. Okay, study the website and study the brochures. That'll give you enough information to talk to someone about the renewable products that we have, right? So all of that is there for you. Get yourself well versed. And see, and last but not least, because we're running out of time, because I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to go to the corporate call. All right, and let me do this real quick. One more time. Sorry, wait a minute. Just messed up. All right. All right, and real quick, what I want to do real quick is this right here. Very important. Understand this comp plan, y'all. This thing is powerful. And I just want to spend just a couple of minutes, just a couple of more minutes real quick. This is a powerful comp plan. Anybody that you refer into ZenYGE, anybody that you personally refer into ZenYGE, whether they be free or if they're a brand partner, anything that they buy from their website or sell from their website, guess what? You get a 20% override. You get a 20% override on anything that they buy or sell on their website. Understand that. You don't see that in any other MLM comp plan. Trust me on that, okay? And then don't sleep on the delivery, the food delivery part, Zen delivery. Because if you get a restaurant to be able to save money on their food delivery, do you understand you get a residual of anywhere from 30 to 55 cents per delivery that goes out of that restaurant? And if a restaurant, let's say a good restaurant does, you know what, let's say 20, 30, let's say 50 deliveries a day, 50 deliveries a day at 30 to 55 cents per delivery, right? And let's say you got 10 restaurants signed up on that. That's a residual income. Residual income. Powerful, powerful stuff. And see, you only got to set that up one time. And guess what? Zen Delivery handles it from there. And they will help walk you through you talking to a restaurant owner. So you're not by yourself. Learn this stuff, okay? Go on these calls. Learn what you need to learn. And then lastly, don't sleep on building a team here. You can bring people in for free. You can bring them in for free. But if you teach them to build a team and become a brand partner for $99, 5 people, if you bring in 5 people as a brand partner where they have access to all the products, getting a 20% direct commission on anything that they sell, getting 5-level overrides, okay, with their first level being 20% override, and then sharing in 5% of whatever the company brings in, okay, that is powerful. But if you get 5 people who do this, and they get 5 people who do this, and they get 5 people, 5 levels deep, do you understand that is over $17,000 a month in residual income? It's not an income claim, not an income claim, but numbers don't lie, right? And so you work the numbers out the way that you want to work them out. They're not going to lie to you. All you got to do is put it into place. And residual income, to me, that's business that you do one time and it keeps on coming. Now that gives you time to go out here and get the big sales, right? So understand, everything is here for you. Put yourself in position, put yourself in place right now. We're moving forward. We're going into the next phase of this thing. We ain't playing. The Rustins are not playing. This thing is moving forward, whether people are coming or not. I understand you guys may have some questions, and we'll get into that. But right now, we're going forward. We're getting ready for this June 30 cutoff date. Get with the people that's sitting on the fence. Let them know, hey, look, we're getting ready to move forward, because when this cutoff date happens, there will be no more owners, whether we reach 10,000 or not. I don't know what the number is right now, okay? But come July the 1st, it will only be brand partners from that point going forward. And then that's when we're gonna roll up our sleeves and go to work. So with that being said, we're right at the top of the hour. I want everybody to get a chance to get on the corporate call, learn this Zen delivery, Okay, learn this food delivery thing because these restaurants they can pay you. Okay, you can get paid through these restaurants, and I guarantee you, some of you probably don't have any restaurants with Zen delivery in your area. Okay, probably restaurants that you eat at all the time. Okay, they're probably looking for something like Zen delivery. And understand with Zen delivery, they don't have to get drivers. They're using existing drivers and Grubhub and Uber Eats. They use all of them, okay, and save the restaurant money, even though they use those other entities, okay, and you get paid. So understand, you learn this stuff, okay, learn this stuff. So we'll be having another call here soon. We want to, make sure that corporate is doing their things and setting up their schedule that they want to set up, and we want to get acclimated to their schedule. And as we get acclimated to their schedule, then that'll help us to get acclimated to how we're going to do things as a team. So with that, I thank everybody for coming to the call. I hope you learned something tonight. I hope you see the importance of getting this thing done by June the 30th, and that how we're going to move forward in the future, because we're getting ready to change some lives here, and we're not looking back at what used to be. We're looking ahead what's going to be. So with that being said, thank you everybody for coming. Get the word out. Also, you get the recording of this on YouTube at YGE Prosperity. That's YGE Prosperity. So again, thank everybody for coming. We'll do this again. Look out on the, make sure you keep going to the Telegram groups and the Facebook groups, because everybody's doing a fantastic job there. So keep everybody informed, okay? And we'll see you again when we do another call. We'll let everybody know. So everybody have a good one. Peace.